Welcome, everybody, and thanks so much for coming into the August webinar today for Talkatoo. I'm Jamie Phippen, if we haven't met before, and I'm super excited to show you some of the latest updates to Talkatoo. The audience for today, somewhat beginner to intermediate audience when it comes to the new features of Talkatoo. If you're an expert at Talkatoo right now, there may be a couple new updates you'll learn from this, though I will kind of walk through all the new features start to finish in case there are some kind of brand new users to the AI features. So that's kind of the audience that we brought together today. And the agenda for today, I want to preview the updates from August that we've pushed out and show you a couple new ways we've dreamed up that you can create notes with Talkatoo. So I'm super excited to walk you through that. And if you have anything specific you're looking to get out of this webinar, feel free to type it in the chat. There's a chat bubble at the bottom right. Feel free to drop anything in there that you'd love to know more about or hear more about throughout the call. Looks like we're all set to get started. So I want to just start with our mission here. So our mission at Talkatoo, we're looking to give back veterinary professionals time in their day. We've been at this for almost 6 years now, and we're not giving up. So we've produced a bunch of new features for you this month. I can't wait to show them to you. And they're all existing to fight back against the problem. The problem is time constraints in your practice. So we know that it's difficult to recall everything that happens throughout your day. We get pulled in a million different directions throughout the day. And so we've built some new tools to help you not forget about what you did and try to automate some of the results throughout your day. So we built a tool for that. We call it AutoSoap. And it can be difficult for us to get through to our client communications and generating, summaries and discharge notes for our clients. Things like that can be put on hold as emergencies come in. So we've also built a new tool for that. We call it the AI Assistant, which can help speed you up on some of those repetitive, lower value tasks to help you get back into the room and help patients. So we've introduced these new tools over the past year or so, and they're continually updating in exciting ways. So we've made dictating from anywhere possible with our mobile app, which you can now put on an Android or an iPhone device. So it could be a tablet or a cell phone. And we've recently introduced the AutoSoap flow into our desktop app as well. So if you haven't used AutoSoap before, it's up until this week only been available on a mobile device. And today I'm excited to announce that it's now available on the desktop as well. This will introduce an easier flow for multiple people to record in an exam room. And it also offers some more flexibility on how you're using the tool. If you're already using Talkatoo on your phone or on the desktop and you're in this call, I just want to remind you, visit the App Store, check if there's any updates available for the mobile app. It's possible there could be. You'll either see update or open. So check that out once in a while. It's a good reminder. And same with your desktop version of Talkatoo. So on your workstation or your laptop, wherever you use the widget, just quit from the menu, 3 dots, quit, and reopen from the desktop icon. That will ensure it's auto updating and it's downloading any new updates that we push out. Just a friendly reminder there. Awesome. So let's crack into it. I'd love to start with our newer AutoSoap feature. Some of you may have seen it before, so it may be brand new to others. The major kind of breakthrough with AutoSoap is that it allows you to record a conversation in the room in real time. So instead of finishing your appointment, going back to your desk, trying to remember what you did and dictate it out, now we can use Talkatoo in the room in real time and capture that pertinent information. So we'll try to generate something for you that'll be ready to go by the time you get back to your desk. That's the goal with AutoSoap. And it's neat because you can really take it on the go with you. If you visit different practices, you can use it in any practice. And it's pretty straightforward and simple to use. So I'm going to pop this open on my mobile first. Let's start there. So we're going to pop up my screen. Looks good. And so I've got my Talkatoo widget here, and now I'm going to pop open the mobile app. So if you don't have the mobile app yet, you can download this from the App Store. And once you have it installed, you're just going to log in with your same Talkatoo credentials that you would log into the desktop version with. And logging in will land you right here on the main page of the mobile app. And you can think of this really as a tape recorder in your pocket, capable of capturing whole appointments worth of audio or simple remarks from more of like a dictation perspective where you're by yourself. So to start one of these auto soap notes, you're going to tap the button in the middle. That starts up a new recording. And every time you start a note, think of this as one exam or one patient that you're referring to. So you'll want to state the name of the patient and the reason for the visit that day near the beginning of this recording. That will ensure there's a title on this note later on when we go to look for it. We can leave the device on a flat surface or in a front pocket. Think of it recording as if it were on a phone call on speaker, and you'll leave this going throughout your appointment. And the neat part about this is we can stop and start the recording. So if you got pulled out and you had to leave the room for some reason, you could stop this recording. And on this screen where you pause the recording, you can add more to the note, you can submit the note, or you can back out of it, saving it for later. So now I've saved that note for later by backing out. I can access that note later on if it's something I want to come back to and add additional findings into. Maybe I'm dictating out some lab work that's come back to me, or I've met with a colleague and I've now confirmed some details that I want to add into the note. If that's the case, you can open up previous notes that you've saved on your device by clicking at the bottom here, your note inbox. So your inbox will show you anything you've started. And if you started it but not submitted, you'll see it in a draft status where you can open the note up again. So just tap on the note and it will bring you back to this screen where you can continue recording. So we can now add our additional findings here. And this is amazing because we can actually capture multi-speakers with this program. So we can get the technician who might be taking the vitals to speak out loud. We can capture some history from the owner, and we have total control over stopping and starting with this button here. Once we've captured everything, go ahead and click Submit Note right at the bottom here. You don't have to wait for the preview to load up. You can go ahead and submit that right away. So just tap that button and it will bring you back to your main screen. And now you can go on to your next appointment and use this exact same tool to capture your next appointment. So that's what the mobile app for Talkatoo is all about. So you can use Auto Soap on there. It's a tape recorder in your pocket. If you're a mobile vet, if you work out in the field with large animals, you can take that out there with you and make these notes on the fly. And you can record these offline as well. So if you don't have a connection, you can do the recording aspect on your phone. And when you do get a connection, whether that's a cellular connection or a Wi-Fi connection, in the app, you'll be able to click on that note in your list and submit it once you're connected. Everything that you record and submit successfully gets sent to your Talkatoo account. So when you're back at your desk or you're at home or you're at your workstation, we can find all of your notes by navigating to our website. So the website for Talkatoo looks like this when you've signed in. So this is what we call the note portal. We'll see all of the results that we've uploaded in here. And if you haven't seen this page before, I'll show you how to get here first. So in a new browser tab, you can type in our website address, talkatoo.com. And at the top right of the website, you'll see the login button. You just log into the website, and that will take you here to this portal. And you'll notice on the left-hand side, every appointment that you recorded or dictation that you made into the phone will have this auto title on the left-hand side. And so you'll notice the one we just made together, I didn't state a name of a patient or a reason for a visit, so it's actually come up with an insufficient name for the title, but everything else, by saying who it's for and what it's about, you're going to end up with this title automatically, which is fantastic. So just remember to kind of label the note verbally as you start that recording. To open this up, you're just going to click on the title, and it will reveal the results that we generate for you every single time. So this is similar to what yours could look like. I've customized mine quite a bit. I've removed a lot of the vitals that it might usually produce, and I put in some normal statements here. So how this can work is if you don't mention a particular body system, or you don't mention an input for, let's say, the temperature, you can write out some default statements that will generate here every single time. And then whatever you said might fall into your assessment and your plan gets listed down at the bottom here, and then your history will get listed at the top. So this is a classic kind of auto soap example. And you also have access to the transcript at the top here. So by clicking the gray bar, you're opening and closing what it heard. So if you did record your whole appointment, you can review what was said in that room. This reveals a lot of details, and these will store in our website for you forever. There's no limit to how many you can put in here. And your goal with your auto soap notes is you want to copy these notes. So just click copy entire note, or you're going to copy the section that's relevant. And then you're going to open up your practice management software, and you're going to click into the field that you want to populate. So you just drop your cursor in there, and then you're just going to paste. And that will drop in the results. So you can actually copy the whole thing as well, which is a little more exciting. And when we paste that, we'll wind up here with our full soap note. And you can paste into any program, of course. It does help to create a new styled template in your practice management software that leaves room for these auto soap results. So you might see at the top here, this is an example of what some physical exam layouts might look like in your PIMS. You might have a drop down, you might have check boxes. And so with auto soap, it's helpful to reimagine your template a bit and create some space to drag drop our results in. You can keep your banner at the top the same. Maybe there's like a questionnaire at the beginning of your exam appointments that you want to keep, but everything else we'll just want to drop it in. So it's easy, we can do it in one click. And then once we've moved that note successfully into the practice management software, we can mark this note complete. You could also give this activity to someone in your practice. So if you want to go in there, record the appointments, you could give your credentials to someone who can come here and help you migrate the information into the practice management software. When you do this, you want to mark it complete. So we don't need to see it in our list anymore. We're just going to archive the note, and that will move your auto soap note into your archived folder. So you've got these two folders here to stay organized throughout your day. Everything you submit will end up in your inbox, and you're going to migrate that and archive it. So that is auto soap at a glance. You also have the audio available at the bottom. So if you want to listen to what was said, you certainly can. And if you want to generate this as like a no template, you can do that as well. So if you'd prefer a paragraph because you did a dictation into your phone, you want to just grab that and drop it somewhere, you can click no template. Recently, we introduced some customization options. So to customize your soap layout, click the gear icon at the top right. That will bring you here where you can see the full layout of the soap template. Starts with the subjective portion here, which you can toggle off or on, and you can choose between a paragraph or more of a row by row display of the data. Below that, you've got your objective section. Newer update this August is we've introduced the vitals in here. So if maybe your vitals portion is in its own window in your practice management software, maybe someone fills that in already. Now you can turn those off. So if you don't want the vitals generating, just toggle off. And you could also put a default value in now. So if you prefer like pink and moist here beside mucous membranes, you can certainly set that up just by typing it in to the field. You can do the same for your physical exam. So if you want to have a default statement there beside each system. So in the recording, if we don't talk about the hydration, it will factor in whatever statement we've set up here. We can reorder the template by dragging and dropping on the left. We can turn any systems off that we don't need, and we can relabel these as well. So if you'd prefer a different notation here, you can just type whatever you want here. So if maybe you want CRT, just type that out. And now our future notes will generate with this new layout. It's important you save your changes when you make changes in here. And this template is specific to my account. So I'm logged into the web portal, as you can see. So this is my SOAP template, and each user that has a Talkatoo account can set this up. You can also choose your bullets or numbered list configuration here for your assessment, as well as your plan. So yeah, nice new update this August. You can customize the vitals section in here, disabling them or adding in a default statement. So super exciting. That's been really highly requested over the past few weeks. Awesome. So just an extension to what we've learned so far, auto soap. If you've already been auto soaping on your mobile device, you may find this update really exciting. So on your desktop widget, which you can expand or contract with the plus sign here, when you open Talkatoo up into this larger window, you can toggle over to your note list over here. This is a condensed version of your web portal. So if you would prefer to find your results inside of the widget rather than from our website, you can just expand your widget open, click notes, and then you can open up any one of your notes from here. You can preview them, and you can actually drag and drop the information into your practice management software. So you could drag drop it all or the individual section where you'd like to place it. Same concept. When you're done with this, mark it complete at the bottom. So the biggest announcement I have for you today is that you can now record your auto soap notes from the desktop widget. So this is a new feature at the bottom of the note list. You'll see record a new soap. This is in beta right now, so it's kind of brand new. We're expecting to iron out a couple, sand down some edges as it was described to me, but we're working towards a really slick way to do these in your computer. So imagine you brought your laptop in instead of your phone, or you had a workstation in the room that you wanted to record these off of. You can click this button below, and this will start a new auto soap. So now we can leave this recording. We can put the computer kind of facing the client and your technician and yourself. And the benefit of doing it from your computer here is that I could leave the room now after recording my information, and I could leave the computer in there recording for the next person that walks in, whether that's my technician, my doctor. And so there's no worries of kind of handing off your mobile device or having a centrally shared tablet to record your auto soaps with. Now you can do it from a computer, right from the widget. This works very similarly to the mobile app. So once we've captured everything, we're going to click Stop Dictation. It will begin loading up the first segment that we've captured. If we want to add more, we'll click Add to this note. This will add another segment. And when we've captured everything, we can click Submit Note at the top. That will begin the loading up of our note, and you'll see that a title will be generated just as if you had submitted it from your mobile. Once the title is generated, that means it's ready to go. So then you can open it up and start dragging and dropping. So auto soap recording on the desktop is finally out. This should solve a lot of workflow issues for teams who have been trying to use auto soap with like one device or two devices. So very excited about that. Couple other cool ideas kind of dovetails into the next feature that I want to show you, which is the AI assistant. And before I show you the assistant, I just want to mention that the desktop recording, the customization of your vitals in the template, those are two big additions this month. We've also added to the auto soap feature some tweaks to allow the subjective portion of your template to more often pick up on changes in diet and previous medication. So just a tweak there, an accuracy tweak. And the assessment section can now include a problem list and is less likely to return back something empty, which has been a problem in the past. So some more tweaks there. All right, so to switch gears, I want to open up my AI assistant. So to do this, I just expand Talkatoo open. I click the Dictation Assistant tab, ta-da, and now I'm in assistant mode. So if you haven't used assistant mode before, you should know that it doesn't work the same way as it does when it's small. So of course, when Talkatoo is small, anywhere we can type, we can talk, right? We click Start, click in the field we want to populate, and now we're transcribing right into the chart. This still has a time and place, and if you know exactly what you want to say, it's really handy to have this around so you can tap in and kind of rattle off your findings. But if you've got a client communication or a client callback you need to make, or you want to generate a report of some kind, it's really handy to use this new assistant feature. So expand your Talkatoo up, and you've got a few prompts that you can choose from here. You can also freehand the prompt. So when it's in this mode, you can instruct Talkatoo to do a variety of tasks. So if you had to do, let's say, an email, we could start dictation, and I could say, please write an email to Lindsay. Thank her for jumping into the webinar today. Tell her it's great to see her twice in one day. Remind her that we need to pick up some medications for Fluffy today. Number 1 is gabapentin. Number 2 is butorphanol. Include my signature at the bottom, and include today's date, which is August 29th. So when I stop an entry into this assistant window, it thinks for a moment, and then it spits out the result. So for this example, I'd asked it to do an email to a particular friend of mine, and I included the content high level that I wanted in there. That's just one example. So the green box here is your dictation. The blue box here is the result that it returns. So if you want to copy that, just click here, hover and click. Now it's on my clipboard. Now I can jump into my inbox or my email, and I can paste that result wherever it needs to go. Make that a bit smaller, perhaps you can see it. There we go. Perfect. So that's a cool example of how to use the assistant. Another great use case is if you've recorded every appointment with the mobile app, then you'll wind up with a transcript of your appointment as well. So if we look at one of our SOAP notes here, we can also look at the transcript. So if I want to copy the transcript, then I can open up my assistant feature, and I could click one of these prompts. Maybe it's summarize, or maybe it's write a client comm, and I can quickly turn one of those appointments into a discharge summary. So just by copying this transcript that we recorded in the room, I can use the AI to format a discharge summary, or like a client facing appointment summary. And so now it's written this out for me. I can copy this by clicking here, and I can send that off to the owner. So recording everything with your phone is really handy, because you're going to end up with a SOAP that you can drag and drop into the PIMS, but you'll also wind up with a transcript. And the transcript can be really great for just copying and turning into a summary or an email recap for your owner, for your clients. Awesome. And one of my favorite use cases for the assistant feature is you can get it to summarize. So if you're doing a callback to an owner, and you've got your telephone in hand, if you're in front of the machine, just click summarize, start the dictation, make the call. You might say, hey, good morning, Lindsay. It's Jamie here from Lakeshore Vet. Do you have a couple minutes to chat? You do? Okay, perfect. I just wanted to talk you through some radiographs that hit my desk. I'm looking at them for Fluffy. I'm seeing that there's some foreign material in the stomach here. Do you know if they've gotten into anything unordinary or changed their diet in any way? The garbage? Oh, wow. Okay, that's not too unordinary. I'd like you to bring them back in. Is it possible to get them in this week? Thursday? Okay, fantastic. And what time works best? 2:30? Okay, beautiful. Bring them on by. We'll do another scan. Things are looking good. We'll talk to you soon. Stop the dictation, hang up your telephone call, and your, let's say, 10 or 15-minute phone call up here in the green box will be distilled into a nice summary here in the blue box. So if you actively listen during your phone calls and you do it in front of Talkatoo and summarize it, you're going to wind up with a callback summary that you can simply copy and paste into your notes. And if you wanted to further format this, you could. So you could start dictation again and ask it, please put that into bullet points so it's easier to read, and translate it into Spanish or one of many other languages it supports. And now that we've got a more formatted result that we like, we can copy this and we can paste that into our email or into our call notes. So the summarize prompt is super duper handy for callbacks. Client comm prompt is super duper handy for emails. Awesome. And you can really use your imagination in here. If you haven't played with this yet, it's the gray plus sign. Just know whatever you dictate will wind up in here formatted in some fashion. Awesome. So that's an intro to the AI assistant. Tweaks we've made to the AI assistant this month: reduced stuck queries. So if you're a power user of the assistant, you may have noticed it's possible for it to stall out or get stuck occasionally. A great fix for that is to open your menu, click quit, and to relaunch the widget from your desktop. We have updated this, we fine-tuned it a bit, and significantly reduced the chances of your query getting stuck. We're still working on perfecting this, though you should see less errors there. So happy to report that. Awesome. And so just a friendly reminder to everybody on this call, thanks again for being here or tuning in if you're watching this recording. There's no price increase to your Talkatoo plan to use these new features. We've built these for you at no additional cost. So if you need help figuring them out further, feel free to book in with me or any of my colleagues. My team is awesome. We'd love to teach you more about these features. We do encourage you to start playing with this stuff and let us know how it's going. We have so much more planned for Talkatoo. One of my favorite upcoming updates is the prompts in the assistant window. Soon you'll be able to pin your own prompts in here. So if you've got an elaborate prompt that you've schemed up, that you just click it and drop your dictation in, soon you'll be able to pin it in the assistant window. So you won't have to verbally instruct it on those long prompts. We're also bringing in this feature, the assistant feature, into the mobile app, if you can dream it. So soon from the mobile app, you'll be able to record your auto soaps, but you'll also be able to use the AI assistant right there in the mobile app, which is fantastic. So that's what's upcoming next. We do have posters as well. If you've been using auto soap and you don't have a poster, you'd feel more comfortable putting up a recording in progress poster in your exam room, reach out to us. We have some that you can just print out, stick up on the walls. And we also have an ideas portal that I just want to show everyone on the call. If you're here, it's probably something you want to know about. So at the bottom of our website, we've got the customer feedback portal. And in here, you can post your own ideas or vote on other great ideas from Talkatoo users. I'm going to link this with the recording at the end of the call. We would love to hear your ideas in this portal or to see a vote on some existing ideas. So this is kind of shaping the future roadmap of Talkatoo. So I just want to put that on your radar. And at this point, I'm just going to take a look at the chat because I think we've got a question here. Awesome. Okay, from Dr. Nottingham, what type of microphone is needed for the desktop version for auto soaps in the rooms? Really great question, Dr. Nottingham. So in general, when you're recording your auto soaps using the widget in this mode here, where you might click record a new soap, you're going to want to use a microphone that is omnidirectional. So not unidirectional, which would be one way. Ideally, you're going to use something that's multi-facing. So it's not just capturing like just you, more of like a conference styled microphone, though you can also use the built-in mic on your laptop if you bring it in. You could also use a plug-in mic that you might have from us from the past. That will work too. But in general, something that is omnidirectional and kind of facing multiple sides is going to be producing the best results. Start with your built-in mic, see how that goes. And then if the results aren't as good as you'd hoped, you may want to look into an omnidirectional mic. If you only have like a dictation mic, something like this that you've been using for direct dictation, starting and stopping, this should work too. You can actually tweak the settings on it a bit to be more openward facing to capture more noise. So if you have one of those and you're trying to tweak it, reach out to us. We can try to help. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And I would start with the built-in mic that you have, if you have one, and then look for something omnidirectional. Cool. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to just drop them in the chat or come off mute at this point. Happy to take questions now that we've kind of walked through the latest updates for August. And just to review, we've got desktop recording, we've got customized vitals of your soap template, and we've got some tweaks to produce better results for your soap notes. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead, please. Just jump off mute if you got a question there.
Yeah, does this work? So we have like 4 doctors and 5 exam rooms, and we've got techs that go in and take the history, and then the doctors go in after them. So would the workflow be that the tech goes in, logs in under the whoever the doctor's patient it is, and then start a recording? Like, can you have multiple of these open at the same time in different computers, or
Yeah. Yeah, great question. Thank you for that question. So up until today, it's been a bit difficult for 2 people to manage one auto soap recording because you could only do it on a mobile device. So unless the technician could walk in with an iPad, start it and leave it there for the doctor to come in, continue that recording, unless you could do that, it was kind of hard. But now with the desktop recording, what you could do is if you have a laptop you want to leave in that room, or you have a workstation in that room already, you can start the recording from here, and your technician could simply kind of start the recording themselves. So they walk in, they hit record, and then they go through their part of the appointment where they might capture the history or talk vitals in. And then you can leave this up, and the next person who walks into the room, this will capture them. And that way you don't have to hand off like a mobile device. Whoever's logged into this instance of Talkatoo, it's their portal where the final result will load up. And if you wanted to link up your portal as a user to another user on your subscription, you could. So if your technician had an account, they wanted to see that final result as well, you could link your doctor and your technician's profiles. They could also sign in with the doctor's profile and ultimately grab that result from our web portal or from the widget, of course. So hopefully that answers the question, but if it doesn't, please let me know.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for the question.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Okay, so is it possible then, and if I'm understanding this right, is it possible to link all 4 doctors so that they could just push record and we'll all get all of the exams? Would that make it more difficult?
You could. It's possible. So let's say you and I were on the same subscription. If I walked into 10 rooms today and I recorded all my notes and submitted them, if for any reason you wanted to see my notes that I've made in your portal, we could be linked up. So you could see all my results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just let us know. You just reach out to us, call, text, email, whatever. Let us know like the email addresses that you're looking to link up to each other. But I would only do that if you guys are collaborating heavily, because otherwise, if I'm highly active with my Talkatoo and you're highly active, my portal, my daily, inbox might wind up looking like massive when I come to my inbox, right? So that's part of the reason like having your own profile is awesome, because you're just going to see your results. But if you work closely together, you want to see the same notes available, then we can totally link you up.
Okay.
Excellent. Dr. Yadav, what about the Philips SpeechMic Premium slide switch? Can this work for every desktop? Yes, so good question. So can I use my Philips SpeechMic or maybe my Olympus mic as a mic for desktop recording? You sure can. But again, those mics are unidirectional, which is one way. So they're really great for blocking background noise out. We may need to tweak it a bit in the settings side of the computer to try to widen how much it's hearing. If it's the only mic you have, though, certainly give it a try, right? See what it does when you go to record your auto soap note. And I would just leave it kind of closer to where you're standing or where the discussion is taking place. That will help tremendously because it's such a powerful noise canceling mic. It will work. It's not ideal. If it's your only option, give it a spin and let me know how it goes. Super keen to hear from you on that one. If you can unplug it and Talkatoo can still hear you, that means the computer has a mic already, and that mic is likely better situated for capturing the whole appointment. So keep that in mind. Good question. Yeah, so this is out now. This one is out now, Dr. Yadav. So when you click your plus sign and you click on your note list here, you should see record as a SOAP at the bottom. And if you don't see that yet, just go ahead and quit your Talkatoo. So quit from the menu and then reload it from the desktop icon. That will update Talkatoo, and then you should have the desktop recording available to you here at the bottom of the note list. You can also re-download from our website just to make sure you got the latest version. That's an option too. Excellent. Really great questions so far. Thank you everybody for asking away. And does anybody else have any more questions for today's call? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for being here. Really means a lot to us, and thank you for being customers and for using Talkatoo. We will not give up on improving this platform for you, and we have so much more to build. So keep in touch. See you on the next one, and we'll be sending out this recording along with some helpful articles on the way. And if you do have a question, please just jump in.
The last question I had, I'm looking on the desktop, whatever mobile thing, and has a button that I clicked on that took me to Talkatext beta. With Talkatext, you can use a single command to insert a block of predefined text, saving a ton of time, blah, blah, blah. What can you give us examples of how that's utilized?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Thanks for bringing up a bonus topic. I love Talkatext. It's one of my favorite features. Let me pop it open on the screen. So you, while exploring, found the Talkatext feature, which can be found by clicking your 3 dots on Talkatoo and clicking Talkatext. That will open up this window here. This window here doesn't have much to do with the whole appointment recordings here with the auto soaping, which takes place in this expanded Talkatoo window. But it can be used at any point in time to insert text into a chart of yours. So if you've pre-saved something in Talkatext, it'll allow you to turn Talkatoo on and say, insert healthy puppy. New paragraph. And so that's just dropped in a particular paragraph that I've pre-saved in my Talkatext window. And so to create a Talkatext, you just jump in here, Talkatext, and then you're going to add a command. And then you can paste something in here. You can dictate in here. You can type in here. Once you've got that block of text configured, you can create a little keyword. So insert followed by the keyword. Mine was healthy puppy. So once I pre-saved that, at any point in time, I just toggle on, and then I'd say my keyword, and that will drop it into the chart.
Cool, thanks.
Absolutely. And if you're still here, bonus feature to kind of tell you a little more of Talkatext. If there's a particular format or template that you're really keen to fill out with Talkatoo, and it just isn't a SOAP template, like it just isn't one of our auto SOAP templates that you can configure, doesn't look like this, maybe it has more subheadings or it's more specific, I'll throw in a bonus activity here for you, bonus workflow. So in Talkatext, you can add a new command and you could actually create a template in here. And if you were to list out all the headers and subheaders of your template as specific as you want, just put a colon beside each place that would represent an input. So I'll just show you an example. So let's look at one of mine that I've made. Got so many custom plans. So notice I've written out all the inputs here that I want to fill in, right? So this is not designed to be used in the room, but it is designed to be used at your computer by yourself. So this is a totally customized template that I've made. I've saved it in Talkatext. I can open the assistant feature and I can jump in here. And if I start a new dictation in here, I could say the keyword. So I could say insert custom plan, new paragraph, replace client name with Jennifer, patient name Fluffy, date August 29th, patient history vomiting and diarrhea, RX gabapentin butorphanol Serenia weight 63 kilograms, mucous membranes pink and moist, CRT less than 2 seconds, replace eyes with cloudy, leaky discharge, replace ears with waxy debris. Assessment 1, healthy puppy. 2, rule out seasonal allergy. Plan, dispense Apoquel 16 milligrams, recheck in 2 weeks, schedule a dental in 6 to 12 months. When I stop that query in the assistant window, it's going to take my dictation I made at the bottom and snap it into place, into this template. And this is a great way to achieve like a fully customizable template using the AI. You can't do this in the room though, because you have to kind of specifically mention the header name from the finding, header name, the finding. But once you've turned it off, it'll snap it into place. Then you can copy this. And then when you jump into your chart, if you had a little more room to paste in, then you can just Command B, and you'll notice that this whole thing is all filled out. And I've got it to replace the previous inputs that were there, got it to pre-fill some stuff. And so if the SOAP template that is customizable in our web portal isn't fit for your notes, like this just doesn't fit what you're after, then you can create your own template here in Taka Text. And you're just going to list it out row by row, starting with the first header. So it might be like weight, just put a colon, then you'll go name, colon. You can craft this as elaborately as you want. And then when you save that Taka Text, you can insert it in here, dictate top to bottom, and it will snap it into place. So I find this a really great workaround if you've got like a super unique kind of template that you want to fill in. Awesome. Thanks for the question on Taka Text.
I have one question. Are you developing a way to drop a PDF into the AI assistant to summarize that data on the PDF?
Fantastic question. Yes, we are. We're looking into it right now. We're kind of working on it. And we're going to get there. So yes, absolutely. You're going to be able to drag and drop files into the assistant. We're not there yet, but we're getting there, Andrew. That's an awesome request.
Okay, that would make my life much easier if you can hurry up with that.
Got it. I'm going to continue to lobby for that one.
Great.
Do. Absolutely. Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. If there's no more questions for today, I think that's where we'll pin it up. If you do want to connect one-on-one for some help anytime, reach out to me. And thank you again for stopping by today. It was really great to see you all. See you on the next one.